Leclerc takes the checkered flag. That is a big, big crash. Rolling down the main straight here at Monza. That is a big one.
Could you take a look at this for us, please? Thanks. I appreciate it.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three. Verstappen, Hamilton. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Off the back.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left. Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are so far no plans for a safety car. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights, for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Shaw lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz and Gasly, Perez, Schwartzman, Norris and George Russell, Ocon, Vettel, Kevin Magnussen and Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Joe, Nicholas Latifi and Yuki Tsunoda, Albon and Mick Schumacher. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
OK, this is the last race of the season. We need points today to have a chance of taking the Constructors' title. let's focus now for the rest of the race. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds. Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Gasly's ahead of you and gap to the car in front is 1.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:13.9. Okay, so you're gaining by around 0.6 a lap. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place. And some information on Leclerc. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow. The track is clear, green flag. Push now, we're boxing this lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.6 seconds. Okay, we can take you this lap. That stop wasn't great, we've lost some time there. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. In the pits now. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. strategy available on the MFD. Behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Okay, gap ahead is 2.0 seconds. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now. Okay, we've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. A safety car is being deployed. Understood. Stopping this lap. Late turning meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid. Got to give that position back, mate. We're under safety car conditions and you can't overtake. Return the position. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. getting very close to the crossover point now. Stay out if you have the pace, but as soon as you hit the limits, come in and we'll put the inters on. Okay, you're doing well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain, 10 minutes. Racing again, the safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Return the position immediately or we're going to get penalised. There's no overtaking during the safety car period. Green flag. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. But officials, that looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay. Careful with the overtakes, that was a bit risky, we could have received a penalty. Make a mistake. That stop was slower than we ideally wanted to see. Okay, the scrub tyres should rubber in faster, allowing you to start the push sooner. DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates.
a roller coaster season, but they can go into the winter without. Here come today's winning drive. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Shaw. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times.